What do you know? What do you know? Man, I know it's been snowing like crazy just about everywhere. And I'm about tired of it already. I feel like we've gotten more snow this year than we have in quite a while. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sure feels like it. So, anyway, this video will probably be kind of short. I'm just going to kind of run through the numbers. It was a long week, but it was kind of a short week, if that makes sense. But there was a lot of deadhead this week, and I want to say I knew that there was going to be a lot of deadhead, but I was kind of hoping that there wouldn't be. I was trying to piece some other things together and didn't quite work out so well. But anyway, we'll just kind of run through it and we'll get to it. So the last place I left off was in Parker, Colorado. From Parker, Colorado, I bounced like 240 miles up to Morill, Nebraska, to grab a load that was going down to Amarillo, Texas, and it weighed 44,000 pounds. I was mainly just trying to find something to get me back down close to the house. I had to get home. My DOT physical was about to expire, and I needed to get it dealt with before Landstar put me on a hold status. So I was looking for basically anything, and I called on a few different loads with some agents that I dealt with before, trying to get down to North Texas, and nothing was really working out. So I kind of had to take what I could get. So 44,000 pounds down to Amarillo, Texas. Paid a gross amount of $1,600. To the truck was $1,170.90. So that was 776 total miles on that load. I got 7.3 miles to the gallon. That's kind of a brutal stretch. There's really no good way to run that. You run it, it's all U.S. and state highways all the way down. There's no interstate. With 44,000 pounds, you know, every time I turned around, I was making a left, making a right, slowing down for this town, trying to speed back up, you know. So being that heavy and running that route kind of hurt me a little bit. But so that was $1.51 a mile to the truck on that. Now from Amarillo, I couldn't find anything to get me back to the house. So I bounced. It was like 280 miles to the house, like almost 280 exactly, if I remember correctly. Went home, got my physical done. Tried to find something. So I got my physical done on Thursday. So some of my concerns, I didn't have anything booked for Friday. I didn't want to book something and then there be an issue with my physical. Now, I've never had an issue with my physical, but granted, you know, I am in my 40s. You know, I didn't want a blood pressure issue or a blood sugar, you know, anything like that to be an issue and then cause me, you know, to have problems. And then on top of it, once you get your physical done, got to get it turned in and updated to the state. So last time that I dealt with trying to get into a DMV office or whatever, that was kind of a pain in the tail to do, and which proved to be true this time too. So that was the other thing. I didn't want to have anything booked until I knew for sure I had everything done and ready to go. So I didn't book anything for Friday until I had everything done. Now, the whole DMV thing, I got my DOT physical done, and then I went to the DMV that I normally go to, and there was a line all the way to the door. There was people sitting along the wall, and at this particular one, like when you walk through the door, you're supposed to, like, they have a little ticket thing where you pull the tickets out and get a number, and then when they call your number, then, you know, it's your turn. Well, the ticket thing was gone, and the guy standing next to the door told me, he said, yeah, they just took the tickets, and said that they're not accepting anybody else today. So I was like, great, now, you know, I'm kind of in a bind trying to figure things out. And if you've ever tried to call the state, good luck. So I even went back out to my car and tried to call the DMV that I was setting at, because I wanted to know what my options was at this point. Like, was there any other place that I could take it? Is there, so I got zero response. So then my next best option was to run to Oklahoma City to another DMV office that I've used before also. So I ran up there, and as I was walking up, there was a sign in front of their door that stated that they were not accepting anybody else for the rest of the day. But at this time, like, I need to talk to somebody. I need to find out how I can get this done. So I walked in and was standing there, and some lady asked if she could help me, and I just explained to her that I needed to get my physical updated with the state. And fortunately for me, she gave me an email address that I could send it to. So I was able to email mine in. But that's not where everything stopped at. I still had, so later on that evening, I got an email from Landstar stating that my tractor had been put on hold until I got it updated. Now, granted, I had emailed it in, but it still hadn't been updated with the state yet. So Friday morning, I shot a couple of emails around, got my tractor off hold status, and started looking for a load. Now, like I've said, I think y'all saw in one of the previous videos, I didn't have any luck. I sat in truck all day long, ready to go. Ended up having to book something for Monday. So, the load that I hauled on Monday. So, I've done deadheaded 280 miles to my house. I deadheaded another 120 miles to Tulsa to grab a load that weighed 40,000 pounds going to Mount Union, Pennsylvania. Load paid $3,605.14. Cut to the truck was $2,663.50 to the truck. Now that's a total mileage with all the deadhead and everything, 1,610 miles. 7.4 miles to the gallon, and I didn't even crunch. Hold on just a sec. Oops, sorry, try not to bump y'all or knock y'all over there. I didn't even crunch that one. So 2,663.50. $1.65 a mile, even with all the deadhead. So total miles for the week was 2,387 miles. I averaged 7.4 miles to the gallon, and truck did $3,834.40. Once again, I guess I just was not ready. I didn't crunch these numbers either. $1.61 per mile to the truck. So, had a whole lot of deadhead this week, or that week, and which was last week, and hauled some heavy loads. So kind of killed my fuel economy a little bit. Even though I had all the deadhead miles, which should have helped my fuel economy, I guess it could have been worse. So that's where my week ended up at. Up in Mount Union, Pennsylvania. Pretty much played in the snow once I got up there. So, so that's where the week ended up at. I'm just rambling now, like always. I get sidetracked towards the end, it seems like. I did start a video earlier this week, and I may go through the footage and see if I want to kind of salvage some of it. Some of it was some driving footage in the snow and stuff, but I hadn't decided whether or not I actually wanted to use that footage yet, so I didn't end up putting a video together. But I did want to get to the numbers this week, so that way we can stay caught up. Some of y'all may wonder why I always talk about the gross revenue numbers. I kind of wanted to speak on this a little bit, and why I bring that up, even though that's not what I get. So my videos are kind of for informational purposes. If you come to Landstar and say you own your own trailer, you get a different percentage of that gross revenue. So that kind of helps other people understand like what the potential is. So I pull a Landstar trailer, I get 65% of the line haul. When it's all said and done, at a minimum, I get about 70%. If you have your own trailer, you get a bigger percentage of the line haul. I can't remember what it is right off the top of my head, and mainly because it doesn't concern me. Now, if I had my own trailer, it would concern me. But you can look on the Landstar website if you own your own trailer and you kind of want to get an idea of what the revenue potential is. If you own your own trailer, just take that percentage and you can pretty much add about 5 to 6% to it. And that's pretty much what you will end up keeping. Sometimes I keep a little bit more. It just depends. Like I did a multi-stop load here this week. When you do loads like that, you know you're getting stop pay. You're getting load and unload. I did a multi-stop with a driver assist, so I get driver assist pay. So on that load, I actually kept a big chunk. The line haul was kind of smaller, and then my piece of it was bigger. But anyway, we'll get to that whenever I do next week's. But that's kind of why I show the gross revenue or talk about it, because it's going to be different for other people depending on your situation and how your business is lined out. But anyway, like always, I'm rambling. So y'all stay safe, stay warm, and hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, and you know, shiny side up, rubber side down. Catch y'all on the next one.